Navajo Creation Story Part 1 The Emergence. Of a time long, long ago, these things are said. It is said that Tro Bil Da Iskid, white, arose in the east and was considered day. We now call that spot place where the waters crossed. Blue arose in the south. It too was considered day, so the Nilch'e Dne'e, who already lived there, moved around. We would call them air spirit people, in the language spoken today by those who are given the name Bilagana, which means white man. In the west, yellow arose and showed that evening had come. Then in the north, black arose, so the air spirit people lay down and slept. At Tro Bil Da Eskid, where the streams came together, water flowed in all directions. One stream flowed to the east, one stream flowed to the south, one stream flowed to the west, one stream flowed to the north. Along 3 of those streams there were dwelling places. There were dwelling places along the stream that flowed east. There were dwelling places along the stream that flowed south. There were dwelling places along the stream that flowed west. But along the stream that flowed north, there were no dwellings. To the east, there was a place called Dan. In the language of the Bilagana, the white man, that means food. To the south, there was a place called Nohodola. It is unknown what that name means. And to the west, there was a place called Lo Atso Sakad. In the white man's language, that name means standing reed. Nothing is said about the place to the north. Also, to the east, there is a place called Asan Tlae, which means one dish. And also, to the south, there was a place called Tro Hadzilkil, which means a big amount of water coming out in the language of Bilagana. And also to the west, there was a place called Dinebahane1.m4v. That means House of Red Mountain. To the north, there are no places that have been given names. Then there was a place called Leyahowan to the east. In his language, the white man would give it the name Underground House. And there was another place called Chinka to the south. In the language he speaks, Bilagana would give it the name Among Aromantic Sumac. And there was another place called Tlichi-Behowan to the west. In the language of his people, the white man would give it the name House of Red Rock. We hear of no places with names to the north. In those early times, dark ants dwelled there. Red ants dwelled there. Dragonflies dwelled there. Yellow beetles dwelled there. Hard beetles lived there. Stone carrier beetles live there. Black beetles live there. Coyote dung beetles lived there. Bats made their homes there. White-faced beetles made their homes there. Locusts made their homes there. White locusts made their homes there. Those are the 12 groups who started life there. We call them Nilch'e in the language of the Bilagana, the white man. That means air spirit people. For they are people unlike the five-fingered earth surface people who came into the world today. Live on the ground for a while, die at a ripe old age, and then leave the world. They are people who travel in the air and fly swiftly like the wind and dwell nowhere else but here. Far to the east there was an ocean. Far to the south there was an ocean. Far to the west there was an ocean. And far to the north there was an ocean. In the ocean to the east dwelled Ke Holtzode, who was chief of the people there. In the white man's language, he can be called the one that grabs things in the water. In the ocean to the south lived Tlae Asle. His name means blue heron. In the ocean to the west, Ch'as made his home and was chief of the people there. In the language of the white man, he would be called Frog. And in the ocean to the north dwelled Inejilkai. In the white man's language, that means winter thunder. He was chief among whoever those people were who lived there. It is said.